So next method in the tablet processing, that is the wet granulation method. So it is like most widely used method in the tablet preparation. So why it is most widely used means, so you can prepare the tablet of the desired size, desired shape and the desired dissolution or the disintegration property by using the wet granulation method. So you can apply the color uniformly, or you can apply the other excipients uniformly. There will be no difference in the drug, that is the uniformity. So you are going to get the uniform distribution of the drug in throughout the tablet, and so this is most widely used method so in the industry, so for the large scale production. So it is known as the wet granulation. So because here you are going to use the solvent, or here you are going to use the binder solution in the solvent form, so hence it is known as the wet granulation, so or the adhesion method. So here you are going to bind the particles with the help of the binder or the adhesive, so hence it is known as the wet granulation, or it is known as the adhesion method. So like here you are going to prepare the wet granules. So after that you are going to dry those granules by drying in the tray dryer or any of the dryer, so to remove the solvent. So then you are going to compress the granules in the desired shape or desired sizes. So like it is going to meet all the requirement for the tablet formation. So though it is time consuming, or though it is multi-stage processes, so it is like, though it is like time consuming or it is hectic process, but it is going to produce the tablet of the desired shape or desired size of the desired requirement. So when coming to the wet granulation process, so like it involves the following steps. So here you are going to, first you are going to weigh and you are going to blend the ingredient and the other additives or the excipients. Okay, so then you are going to add the binding agent or the binders, so like the starch or any of in the solution form. So then it is going to increase the cohesiveness, or it is going to bind those particles, and it is going to produce the damp mass. The same way you are going to pour water to the atta and you are going to prepare the damp mass. The same way you are going to add the binder solutions to the powder and you are going to prepare the damp mass. So after that the damp mass has been prepared, so you are going to screen it. So means you are going to sieve it, so with by the help of the mesh. So after preparing the granules, so you are going to dry those granules in the tray dryers or any of the rotary dryers. So you are going to use the dryers to dry those granules. So after drying the granules, again you are going to sieve the granules to get the desired sizes. So after you are going to get the uniform size granules, then so you can get the desired result. So it can evenly fill the die cavity if all the granules are having the same size and it is having the same shape. So it is going to easily fill the die cavity and it is easy for the compression. So hence you are going to go with the dry screening. So initially you are going to go with the wet screening to prepare the granules from the damp mass. Then you are going to dry those granules in the tray dryers or the hot air oven. So then you are going to pass those granules again into the mesh to get the uniform or the desired size granules, so that easily they can be compressed. So after that you are going to mix the lubricant or the glidant or the other ingredient to the granules. So like you are going to use the lubricant or the anti adherent or the granules to prevent it from adhering to the tablet equipment, or it should be easily flow. So hence you are going to use the glidant or the lubricant. To prevent from the adhesion, you are going to use the anti adherent, and so you are going to use the so you are going to spray those glidant or the lubricant over the prepared granules. Then you are going to mix it, or then you are going to again so disintegrate it, and again you are going to pass to the screen. And in the last step, just you are going to put those granules in the die cavity of the tablet and you are going to punch, or you are going to compress to get the uniform the tablet of the desired result. So just simple step. So you are going to weigh the all the ingredient, and you are going to mix the uh, ingredients by using the blenders, or when coming to the small scale you are going to use the mortar and pestle. So when coming to the large scale we are going to use the various blenders like Sigma blender and any of the other blender. After that you are going to prepare the damp mass, so by adding the binder, so like the starch paste and all. Then you are going to prepare the damp mass. Then from that damp mass again you are going to pass to the sieve mesh to get the granules. Then you are going to dry those granules in the hot air oven or in the dryers. Then after drying you are going to take out those granules. Again you are going to pass to the sieves to get the granules of the uniform size. So after getting the uh, granules of the uniform size, so you are going to go with the lubrication. So you are going to add the glidant or the anti-adherent or the lubricant. Then you are going to go with the final process, that is the compression. Okay, so when coming to the advantages of the wet granulation, so it is going to improve the cohesion during and after compaction. So means it is going to increase the cohesive property of the powder. So it will be in the wet form, so you are going to add the adhesives, so like the binding agent. So it is going to increase the cohesive property of the powder. So it is going to show the good cohesion and good compaction. You can prepare the tablet of very hard and which is having very stable. So it is going to reduce the air entrapment. So here there will be no entrapment, so it is going to reduces the dust and cross contamination. So here the dust is not generated, so because you are going to use the binding agent, so that is not going to generate the dust, or you are going to prepare by using the wet granulation. So everything will be in the wet condition, so there are no chances of generation of the dust. So here you can add any of the liquid phase to the powder. So here you are going to use the binder solution, so that will be in the liquid form. So you can add the liquid at any stage to prepare the damp mass. So it is going to improve the uniformity of the powder, and it is going to improve the powder density, and apart from that it is going to increase the or improve the flow property of the powder. So when coming to the disadvantages, so it is like complex process, so it is expensive process, and it is not suitable for the moisture sensitive and the heat sensitive drugs. And so like when coming to the validation part, so like it is difficult to validate, so because it contains multiple equipment and the multiple operators, so we need to evaluate each and every operator. So hence it is most complex process when compared to that of the other process. So it is like the schematic diagram of the wet granulation. So here you are going to add the drug, and you are going to grind the drug to get the uniform size. Then you are going to add the adjuvants or the excipients. Then you are going to add the liquid, that is the binding agent. Then you are going to prepare the that is the damp mass. Then you are going to pass that damp mass to the screen to get the uniform size granules. Then you are going to dry those granules in the oven or the tray. Then you are going to take out those granules. Then again you are going to go with the dry screening. So means you are going to again pass the granules to the screen to get the uniform size granules. Then you are going to add the lubricant or the anti-adherent or the glidant. Then you are going to pass to the hopper, and you are going to compress by using the die and punchers or the tablet punching machine to get the desired, that is the tablet. Okay, so when coming to the difference between these three methods, so here you can see, so in all the methods you are going to mill and mix up of the drug and the excipients. So when coming to the direct compression, in the second step only you are going to compress the tablet. So when coming to the dry granulation, so first you are going to compress into slug. Then you are going to break down the slug into the granules. Then you are going to mix the lubricant on the other ingredient, and you are going to compress the granules into tablets. So in coming to the wet granulation, so here I are going to prepare the damp mass or the wet mass. So that wet mass you are going to pass to the screen or the wet screening, you are going to get the granules. You are going to dry those granules in the tray dryer or in the hot air oven. Then you are going to take out those granules. Again you are going to go with the dry screening, means again you are going to pass through the screen or sieve to get the uniform size granules. Then you are going to add the other excipients like the lubricating agent or the disintegrating agent or the other uh, glidant and all. Then you are going to compress the into the tablet. So like three methods are like easy and simple.